Hello and welcome to another video! Today we are going to be talking about my TBR for the month of November. I hate myself. That's all I have to say. Now, I have a pretty hefty load of books that I'm planning on reading this month, considering the fact that I'm also participating in Nanowrimo in the month of November. Basically, if you guys don't know, Nanowrimo is a writing contest where basically you try and write 50,000 words in a month. You try and write basically an entire novel in 1 month, and I'm doing that because obviously, if you guys have been keeping up to date, I am writing a book for school, basically, and I need motivation to get it done, and so I'm participating in NaNoWriMo, so it's going to be taking up a lot of my life, but yet, here I am, deciding that I want to read 10 books in the month of November, and I don't know who I am or why I'm deciding this, but I know that I probably am going to be able to finish some of these books no problem, so let's just jump right into what they are, because a lot of the books that are in this TBR are books that are going to be carrying over from last month because I didn't finish them last month. But yeah. So to start with, I am currently reading The Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett, and I am hoping to have this book and the second one, which is The Light Fantastic by Terry Pratchett in the Discworld series, having both of those done by the end of the weekend. So hopefully I'll have those done soon, because it's currently Friday. So I'm hoping I'll have it done by Sunday. These are really easy reads for the most part. And as I was saying with The Color of Magic, this is not one of the books I recommend you start with because it doesn't have a plot line. So immediately after Terry Pratchett released this book, he released The Light Fantastic, and it's supposed to be not a companion novel, but a continuation of it, because The Color of Magic leaves off on a cliffhanger, from what I've heard. And so I'm going to want immediately to jump back right into this, and since these are only 200 pages books, it shouldn't be too bad for me to finish them. And that is what I'm starting with this month. I'm also currently listening to the audiobook of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is absolutely amazing. I'm only 40 minutes into it, I think, but it's so good, and I love The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's one of my favorite books. But the audiobook is just, it's great. It's great. I've been waiting. I put this audiobook on hold in the beginning of September, and I got it a couple of days ago. Yeah, that's the public library system for you, because there were so many people that had it on hold that it just took forever for me to get it. So I'm hoping I can get that done soon as well. So that's the first 3 books I'm planning on reading this month. The next book I'm planning on reading this month is Winter. I'm planning on finishing it. As I said, I'm 300 pages into this book, so I'm about a third of the way done. I just need to finish it. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it other than the fact that I need to finish it. And if I feel like it, I will also read Fairest and Stars Above, the 2 companion novels to the series, if I feel like it doing it this month or I have time. That's what I'll do as well. So when I went to the library to pick up the Terry Pratchett books, I also looked at the young adult section to see if they had anything in, and they had Hunting Prince Dracula in, and I couldn't not pick it up. I don't have any self-control when I see books that I want to read, and I really want to read this book. As you guys know, I read the first one a couple of months ago. If you guys have been watching for a while, I read the first one a couple of months ago, and I absolutely loved it. It was so good, and so I saw it, and I had to pick it up, and now I have another book to add to my TBR because I need to read this book too, but I'm so excited to get to this one. So I'm hoping I can get to it soon, but I'm not going to get to this one until I finish Winter. And I finished those 2 books. So I might put reading Winter off, though, for a while, so I might put this before. Who knows? I'm not really in the mood to finish Winter, to finish the Lunar Chronicles right now, so not sure. But I'm planning on reading this month as well. The next 2 books I'm planning on reading this month they go together, basically, and those books are The House of Hades and The Blood of Olympus, the last 2 books in the Heroes of Olympus series, so I can finally finish the series. I feel like I can finish the series this month, but I might only get to 1 of the books. It depends, because I have never read The House of Hades and I've never read The Blood of Olympus, but the other 3 books were rereads for me, and so it really depends on how I feel about the ending of this book, if I'm going to jump immediately into this book or if I'm going to wait or not. But I don't think I'm going to get to these books right away. I think I'm going to give them some time before I jump into them. But I might jump into them soon, because I did just finish The Mark of Athena, and I do really want to continue the series because I love the series, but I really want to finish it so I can catch up in Rick Riordan. I want to do it so bad. But yeah, these are the next 2 books I'm reading. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 7 books. Yes, okay. The next 3 books are all ones that are carrying over from last month that I said I was going to read and I didn't end up reading. To start with, the first book is Wind Witch by Susan Denner. This is the second book in the Witchland series. I have the first one right here. It's Truth Witch. It's absolutely amazing, and I was planning on reading this last month, and I kind of started it, but I also just really wasn't in the mood to read it because I don't know, like I was in the mood to read something else. Obviously, when I tried to read it, I was really, really into the Lunar Chronicles, and so I ended up going into the third book instead of stopping at the second book, and that's kind of just what happened. But I was planning on reading this book, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't get to it, but I'm going to get to it this month, so I'm super excited about that. Hopefully, I get to it this month. The next book is something that I kind of want to put off for a little while because I really want to reread the first one before I go into this book, just because I don't really remember the world that well. But this is by far one of my absolute favorite books. It is the companion novel to Starfall. Turns out this book is a sequel. I thought that it took place prior to the events in Starflight, but I misread the synopsis, and it doesn't. I thought that it had to do with one of the characters' backstory, but it doesn't. It has to do with something that happens to the character after the events of Starflight, so I kind of want to reread Starflight before I read this book because I don't really remember all of the details all that well, and I want to jump back into the world through the book and reread it and go automatically into this one because I feel like I'll get a better experience, but I also don't have time to reread the first one, so I might just jump into this one. So I don't know, I kind of want to put off reading it for a little while until I have time to read Starflight, though I did read Starflight in a day, so maybe I'll have time. Maybe I'll read it over like Thanksgiving or something. Who knows? But I really want to get to this book because this is one of my favorite books of all time. Not this one, the first one, but I love, like, if it's a sequel to one of my favorite books of all time, like, obviously I'm gonna love it, so I'm super excited to get to this. And then the last book is something that I am so mad that I did not read last month. This is a book I've been talking about for a little while, and that book is A Court of Wings and Ruin, the third and final book in the ACOTAR series by Sarah J. Maas. I am so mad I didn't get to this book. I really, really wanted to get to it, like, at the beginning of the month, and I just didn't. I put it off because I knew if I jumped into it, I was going to read until I finished the book, and I wasn't going to be able to read anything else. But I also didn't read a lot in October, so I should have just jumped into it, but I didn't. Because I went into the Lunar Chronicles, and then I got sucked into the Lunar Chronicles, and I didn't want to read it anymore. And now I'm just disappointed in myself. But, you know, it's fine. I'm going to get to it this month for sure. Like, 100% for sure. I know I'm going to read it this month. I don't care if I have to take off every other thing on my list. I will read this book this month. Okay, that's all I had to say. But anyways, guys, that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to stick around. And if you do, I guess that I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye!